And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Cindy Toone. So Cindy is, and I have to, I realized we ended up with two different titles for you. So I'm going to fill in the fourth cause of disease for you because she's got a short little window here, but she's going to address the three causes of disease and how to naturally reverse them. It's a pretty big undertaking, but she is the co-owner, I think, of Reenew Energy Wellness Center in Bountiful. And that facility is the product of over 20 years of interest in and use of natural healing modalities. So her husband, Tim, and she are heavily involved in that. And they're both alternative medicine explorers that have been educating themselves on the use of herbs, muscle testing, other natural remedies for over 2 decades. They've come across several different healing modalities. And one is the Bemer vascular therapy device, AO-scan, Energy Enhancement System, which we're going to mention at least, I think, once in the summit, if not a few times, and more. As they researched, they found ionic foot baths, which are awesome, thermography, scan technology, and other interesting alternative health options. So she's going to talk to us about 3 root causes of disease. And if you're thinking that it was the 4, I will say the 4th cause before she gets on is low frequency, right? And she's going to jump right in with a segue to that. So yeah, when you allow yourself to go into a lower frequency, you will get sick easier. So Cindy,
I am here.
you're here. Yay, you look beautiful.
Thank you. Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. All righty. Do 15 minutes, 10 minutes? Tell me how long.
Use 15. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. There we go. All righty. Let's talk. The 3 root causes of disease. Let's talk about that really quickly. Dis means not, right? So not.
Do you want to get your slide up into presentation? Slideshow.
I thought I did. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Now I got it.
All righty.
Perfect.
Okay. We good?
Yeah, now go ahead again.
Okay, so the 3 root causes of disease. One is, and we're going to talk about these, know that if you raise these, you're going to be raising all 3. If you have an issue with one of these, you're going to lower the other frequencies as well, lower the other things. So we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about voltage, that's first. And I'm going to spend a little more time on that because actually it's the easiest thing to raise. Then we're going to talk briefly about pH, not too long because Heidi just did a home run on how you should eat. And then we're going to talk about oxygen. So there we go. So I'm not going to even go here because we don't need to. We do have Reenew Wellness Center in Bountiful. So let's start by comparing our body to a battery. And I love how we've been hearing about frequencies, energy today, because that's what we're all about, right? So when we come to Earth, we have a full battery, right? We're fully charged. But then things happen and our batteries start to drain and they drain. And they drain unless we're doing the things we're talking about on this summit, right? But we can finally get to this point where we are just depleted. I don't know if you have ever been there, but I have been. I actually, after caring for my mom for 5 years after she passed, I had a mental and physical just meltdown, had nothing left. I was exactly in this spot. And I will show you some things and share with you some things that I've done to recharge my battery. So here's one of the things. If you look at, we do have thermal imaging, and so it's easy for us to take thermal imaging. With thermal imaging, it shows problems in the body, right? In the head, wherever, the body, the breasts. So just look at this, and I want you to take 2 things away from this presentation, along with the 3 things to work on raising. 2 things is first, hope. If you look at the thermogram on the left, with thermography, white, red, yellow is not good, right? It's showing inflammation. Inflammation is a silent killer. Look at the thermography on the right now. Hopefully it's left and right for you. This is my head. There is hope. This was 4 months later. Do you see a vast reduction in inflammation? So no matter where you are, no matter what is going on with you, if you apply the principles that we're talking about today, I want you to know that there is hope and you can turn things around. You can be responsible for your own health. Choose to do that. So let's talk about voltage. And voltage? Voltage? What do we mean by voltage? So today I'm going to share some books. One is this, and Joanne is going to put it in the chat for you. This is by Jason Shurka, The Revolution of Healing, and it talks a large degree about voltage and the 3 causes of dis-ease in this book. I highly recommend this book. Another, and it's interesting that we're talking about frequencies so much, right? Another by Dr. Jerry Tennant, Healing is Voltage. And then a third, Detoxify or Die by Sherry Rogers, MD. So those should be in the chat and you can order those, check those out. They're wonderful books and have a lot of information. So just briefly, what Dr. Tennant says is we get chronic illness and pain when voltage drops. That's pretty much it. Chronic disease is always defined by having low voltage. So let's talk about what is voltage. Voltage is electrician. It's electrical. It's electrical charges.
Oh.
Did you know our bodies are actually electric? And here's the key thing to know. The healthy charge of each cell in our body is 70 to 90 millivolts. Interesting, right? Cancer cells are at 20 millivolts, for instance. So just like a cell phone, just like a car, when the battery gets low, we perform suboptimally. I'm going to introduce you to the Energy Enhancement System. I love it. I know many people on this summit love it as well. It is actually the main way I went from depleted, 0 battery, to in 3 months, totally charged and functioning at full steam because I charged my body. And that seems really weird, doesn't it? Charge your body? How do you charge your body? Like a cell phone? Yes. Actually, it's pretty easy. That's why I wanted to address this first, because you take a nap in a room called the Energy Enhancement System. And in this room, we have photonic collision. We've talked about photons here, right? So with the photonic collision, and if you want a lot of answers, exactly how it works, come see me at our center or read this book, right? But I don't have time to go into it. With the photonic collision, the frequency in the room is 70 to 90 millivolts. Just so happens that that is the optimal millivoltage that we want each of our human cells to be in. That's why it's so healing. The basic premise of the EE system is all life is energy. Every cell is a mini battery. Each nerve is an electric current. Death is the absence of electrical energy in the brain. And thanks to Tamara for this cell, she taught us and has taught us in the past that we're only as healthy as the health of our cells. So what we're talking about today with these 3 things, with voltage, pH, and oxygen, is that it impacts the cellular health. We are as healthy as our cells. I don't have time to read this. It is a wireless human battery. The second thing I want you to take away, other than there is hope, and no matter what is going on with you, you can reverse it, is if you don't like what's going on with your body, with your mind, change the environment. I don't know if you've ever known anybody who had cancer. They totally did the whole radiation, chemotherapy, all that jazz. They totally killed the cancer. And then the cancer came back? Could it be because they didn't change the environment? And by this, I mean the internal environment at the cellular level, right? That is what we need to focus on. So have hope. And if you don't like how things are going with your health, change the environment. And raising the voltage is the easiest thing to do. You take a nap for a couple of hours. This is Merlin. She was in heart failure. She no longer is because she spends time in an EE system in Bountiful. If you are wondering, yeah, it worked for you, Cindy, worked for Merlin, will it work for me? Take a picture of this screen because you can go to this site, you can type in what your thing is, maybe it's UTIs, maybe it's anxiety, whatever. Type that in and you can read testimonials from people about what they are experiencing with using an EE system, what they are experiencing as they recharge the cells of their body. This is a gal, and I have all these on video, but we don't have time. Alice had her hands like this. She couldn't close them. She couldn't use her hands. All she's done is come and take naps, recharge her battery, and she can use her hands. And she shows on the video how she can use her hands. It's remarkable. We've talked a little bit about blood today, right? And mitochondria. And along with changing the environment, we have to look at blood. The blood on the left is blood before entering an energy enhancement center. Do you notice that it's clumpy? It's thick. It's not free flowing. After 1 hour in an energy enhancement center, the blood looks like the blood on the right. And the thing that's remarkable is it's filled with toxins. The body's first thing to do to heal is to get rid of the toxins, right? These are things that doctors have seen and that they are seeing with people: blindness cured, ALS in remission, paralysis to the legs, all kinds of things. We had some people come into the center, and I'm going to talk about person B, took the blood pressure before they went in, and an hour later, if you notice, the blood pressure was high, over 130 is high, and went down 20 points in 1 hour. Why does that matter? Because if you have high blood pressure, you're more likely to have stroke or heart disease, right? So it's kind of huge. This is a gal, came in, ankle the size of a football, an hour later, gone. So let me tell you about the BioWell. The BioWell is a device. We have 10 fingers. We have 10 meridians. We put each finger in and take acrylium photography, which is energy photography of each finger pad. And then that enters a database, and we're able to tell what is going on with the energy of the body and specific organs. This is a person on the left before going into an energy enhancement center, on the right after. If you see this one, at the top is before, stress levels were high, energy was low. At the bottom, stress levels are lower, energy is now optimal. But the huge thing is, before, 11.83 organs were in disbalance, and now 3.36. This is after 1 hour of recharging. Here's one last one. Energy reserve before an overnight stay in the Energy Enhancement Center. Energy was at 0%. The next morning, 76%. And you see the little graphs, we can explain those to you, but they actually reflect the energy of different organs. Every organ in his system was deficient. It was not functioning energetically where it needed to. And then the next morning, it was. Overnights are a wonderful way to recharge. This gal actually has PTSD, insomnia, lots of anxiety. She will get huge results by sleeping in the center. This is a diabetic. His blood sugar is rock steady when he comes in. Again, change the environment, right? And a good way to do that is to charge, increase your voltage. Look at this. This is voltage on the left. On the right is pH. So basically, we're going to talk quickly about pH and how it relates to voltage. Again, if you raise the voltage, the pH is going to raise. The oxygen levels are going to raise. If you lower the voltage, oxygen is going to go down and pH is going to go down. So just look at like 8.0. If your pH is at a 8.0, cancer cells die. Versus if it's at a 6.48, cancer occurs. And I'm thinking I'm not going to have time to go much into food, so I hope you paid attention to Heidi, but I will tell you, look at 4.0 and 2.5. That is what acidic drinks do to the body, along with processed foods like Heidi was talking about. So that is pH. The body wants to be more alkaline than acidic, but most of us are way in the acidic area. So an easy peasy thing to do is to drink alkalized, pH friendly, because it's alkalized, right? Hydrogen rich ionized water. And we have it at our center, and I have an offer for 10 free gallons for you today. So that's easy. Last, I'm running out of time, oxygen. So the Bemer is an easy thing to do. It increases blood flow in the blood, which delivers more oxygen to the body by 30% in 8 minutes. This is a little video, I don't have time to show it, of how vastly different the blood flow is when you do that. This is a picture of Bemer. This is Logan. When he started recharging and increasing the blood flow with a Bemer, when he came in, he had had a stroke and couldn't see out of one eye. It was fractured, and he had some foot problems. After coming regularly and recharging in the EE system and Bemering, he's off half of his pain meds, and his eye is restored. His vision is restored. Wonderful things happen. This is Merlin, had some pain, not anymore. Lifetime Vibe also will increase lymph flow and thus oxygenation throughout the body. This is a Lifetime Vibe. What it looks like, you stand on it. Okay, so these are some of the things that we have at our center. And
this is her Disneyland of wellness.
I thought you'd say that. Yes. So some of these things help us know where we are, right?
And it is in Bountiful, Utah. When people are asking, yes, go ahead.
Yep. So the thermography, AO scan, and the BioWell are going to help us know where we are, what's going on, what do we need to work on, right? The EE system is going to recharge us. The Bemer and the Lifetime Vibe are going to help with blood flow. And then we also have natural holistic practitioners to help you too. We do have Kangen Water subscriptions. We have memberships, but here's my special offer to you. So if you, by the time the summit is over, by what, 6 o'clock Saturday night, right? Whenever it ends, if you want to take a picture of this QR code, you can do that, or you can call the office. The number's on the next page. So if you buy 2 hours in the EE system, we will also give you a BioWell scan for $50.
That's cool.
That's phenomenal.
Now I'm going to add to that. When you get this, if you would like to use your 2 hours on Thursday, February 26th, or I think, sorry, is that the right date?
Let me check.
It's Thursday, February 27th.
27th, 5
or
o'clock.
Another last, like I think it's the 4th Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
I will be there. My husband, Todd, and I like to get our 2 hours at least a month of EES. And we play a Joe Dispenza meditation, which is about an hour that time, up to an hour that time. And it can be like an amazing combination. So let them know if you want to reserve. We've got a few spots left for next Thursday. Okay.
We do. So if you get
and it's a fun meet and greet. It's kind of even more fun when you get to come and hang out with like-minded people and EES and meditation, supported meditation.
So if you get this special, you also get 10 gallons of Kangen water, which is going to help you with the pH equation, right? So yeah, that's what we've got. So I'm going to just advance this. So now you've got our address, you've got our email, you've got our website. You can call or text and reserve a seat. If you don't know when works, just set an appointment and then you can just call and reschedule, right? But that way you won't miss out. Thanks for having me. So remember, in conclusion, there's hope. Change the environment, right? If you don't like how things are going, change. Increase your voltage, pH, and oxygen.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yep.